Angie Perry with Macavity Arms, and I have the brand new Macavity Arms MA3. This one is in 30 cal. They asked me what caliber I'd prefer, and I've got lots of 25s, which really is my favorite small bore caliber, but I wanted to check out the 30 this time. So thank you. They did send me the 30. This is going to be a full review, and when I say full review, we're going to save the tuning bits for later. We'll talk a little bit about it, but we're not actually going to do it yet. This is going to be an out-of-the-box review, how it operates, all the aesthetics, operation, performance out of the box, and we will save the tuning bit for a little bit later. I hope you guys understand, but that would make for a very, very long video. Why do that when we can do two? Let's get into the aesthetics of the Macavity Arms MA3. This one is available in 22, 25, and 30 calibers, as well as a standard and long version. If you've had any experience with the MA2, this is like that, but on steroids. We'll cover both specs of the standard and long version in the aesthetics. From butt to muzzle, the total length of the standard is 36.9 inches and the total length of the long is 40.9 inches. The total weight of the standard is 7.2 pounds and the total weight of the long is 7.6 pounds. So it's pretty lightweight. The rubber butt pad is attached to a gorgeous eye-catching sleek beechwood thumbhole stock. It has a textured grip and an integrated sling mount. It also has a fixed and raised cheek riser to get the perfect cheek weld. The one-piece stock includes the wooden trigger guard that houses the two-stage adjustable trigger and the manual push-button safety. Moving forward from the trigger guard and finishing out the details on the stock, on the belly of the gun or the forearm is the degassing screw, and in front of that is the externally adjustable regulator knob. And the really, really cool thing about it, when you're wanting to bring the regulator pressure down, lower, most guns you have to degas, and it's a long, drawn-out, or it can be a long, drawn-out process. You do not have to degas this one, and that's not all. To accessorize with stability, they've integrated an M-LOK rail for bipods, IR lights, or whatever else you might want to access with it. Accessorize. That sounds better. Access. Moving on up, nestled in the stock are two things, the action and the air cylinder. On the right side is the side lever cocking handle and the breech where you will load the rotary mag. The next thing nestled into the beautiful stock is the air cylinder. The standard offers a 188cc air cylinder and the long version has a 265cc air cylinder. Another pro is the 55cc regulator chamber for consistent performance, which is a larger regulator chamber than the MA2. Some of you were asking what some of the differences were. That is one of them. And yes, if I didn't say it is already, this one is regulated. The max fill pressure is 250 bar or 3,625 psi and can be filled with a standard male quick disconnect adapter. Both the cylinder pressure gauge and the regular pressure gauge are located on the left side of the air rifle. The standard comes with an 18-inch barrel and the long comes with a 22-inch barrel. Both are MSR, which is Master Select Rifling, delivering a precision-engineered bore. This will significantly reduce lead buildup and fouling of the bore. It will give consistent pellet engagement, producing fewer flyers and tighter groups. It is rifled, choked, tensioned, and shrouded. In front of the barrel band, you'll find the muzzle is threaded and accepts 1/2x20 UNF moderators, but Macavity doesn't expect you to provide your own. They've included a modular and baffled one. Yes, one that you can make as long or as short as you would like. The 30 caliber MA3 comes with 3 mags and they each hold 8 shots. One last detail above the action is the split Picatinny or Weaver optics rail to mount your choice of optic. I bet you thought I was going to use the same Hawk Vantage 30 that I usually do. But not this time. That's it for aesthetics. Let's move on to operation. Before proceeding, always ensure the safety is engaged. So this is a multi-shot or repeater, whatever you want to call it. It is a PCP. it does not have open sights, so there's a few things that we're going to need to do to get it ready to shoot. And what order you do them in, I don't know that it really matters, but maybe the smarter way is to fill your PCP first so that you know if there's any issues and you don't go through the trouble of mounting an optic, loading the magazines, before you really know if there's any issues. Generally, there's not, but there does happen to be some cases where there's a problem and you might have to ship it back. So let's fill the PCP first. Before filling the PCP, cock your air gun. Then attach your source to the quick disconnect fill port and fill to the max pressure of 3,625 psi or 250 bar. Bleed the valve and disconnect the fill source and replace the dust cover. Next, if things check out with filling, mount your desired optic to the Picatinny rail and attach as much or as little of the moderator to the muzzle of the air gun. If you don't want to put a moderator on it, that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. Next up, let's load the magazines. You're going to load the mag by inserting the pellet head first, and then rotate it to the next hole, rinse and repeat until full. Pull the cocking lever to the rear position, insert the magazine, push the cocking lever to the forward position, aim at your target, disengage the safety, and squeeze the trigger. Finally, guys, I've done all the testing and we can get on with the performance section of this review. So first off, before taking your gun out, before even putting your scope on, I would definitely recommend to check all the screws and make sure they are tight, including the optic rail screws, and there is one that is on the cocking handle that you'll need to make sure that is tight as well. So do that before you do anything at all. And one more thing, before you take your MA3, if or when you get one, out to shoot, make sure you check the regulator pressure, see where it's set at, and when you're shooting, monitor the air pressure gauge to make sure you don't drop below the reg setting. The reg setting on this one is about 1900, so I'm going to make sure that I stay above that, otherwise my testing is irrelevant. Okay, now we can move on to performance. You guys know how this works. Before I move back to 50 yards, I always test several different types of ammo at a closer distance. Most of the time it's 25 yards, but with 30 caliber and up, I move back to 35 yards. I don't know why, just makes sense to me, so that's why I do it. So I tested several pellets at 35 yards to find the favorites, to see which ones would earn their way back to the 50-yard table, and this is how that went. So the favorites, the absolute favorites, were the JSB Premiers, then the Hades, and then the JSB Knockouts. And you're saying, but wait, there's JTS 30s on the table too. Yes, because I forgot to test those ones at 35 yards, so they got an automatic free ticket to the 50-yard table. And I think you'll be glad that they did. Now, as we go through the tests, guys, remember this is an out-of-the-box review. This gun is very tunable, very manipulative. I want to say manipulative, but that would speak very badly of the gun. It's manipulable. Manipulable? Is that a word? Anyways, you can adjust the regulator, the hammer spring. Yes, so it is very tunable for different ammo, but this is an out-of-the-box review. I am not tuning it. I want to see what it shoots well right now as it is with the reg pressure set at 1900. So, moving on from there, the 35-yard results were pretty good. It did seem to like the lighter, like 44, 45 grain ammo, but like I said, it is tunable. So we take it back to 50 yards to check the accuracy there. But first, let's talk about this trigger pull. Remember, this two-stage trigger is adjustable, so you don't have to leave it like it is. But out of the box, I got, for the first test, 1 pound, 7.7 ounces, and the second one, 1 pound, 7.2 ounces, so about 1.5 pound trigger, which is pretty decent. Before moving back to the 50-yard table and checking accuracy there, I ran a few patches through with the patchworm kit to clean it, and then, of course, I sent 50 different pieces of lead, yes, pellets, downrange, just to kind of season the barrel a little bit to get it ready for the accuracy test. Now, I've got 4 types of ammo for it. I'm going to test it with and without the moderator because the moderator does make a difference in velocity and point of impact. So I want to see what it's like without it and what it's like with it, whether it's an improvement or not. We'll find out. So first off, without the moderator. And in this test, the 50-yard accuracy test, I'm going to keep the gun tethered just to conserve air basically.
First test without the moderator at 50 yards. The JSB Exact Premiums did absolutely beautiful. The Hades didn't do bad at all. The JTS Dead Centers, again, beautiful. A similar group to the Exact Premiers and the Knockouts. Not bad, but could use a little bit of tuning there. And then on to with the moderator on it, the Premiers, again, Premiums, I keep calling them Premiers. The Premiums did about the same as they did without the moderator. The Hades, I had one flyer. I pulled the first shot, so I took another one. It's not right there with them, but that's not a bad group. Not much different from the original without the moderator. Then the JTS Dead Center, I pulled the first one as well, and went ahead and tried to add another one in there, and that one flew low. So we have a flyer on that one, but otherwise that is a great 5-shot group right there, one whole 5-shot group. And then the knockouts. The knockouts shot a little bit higher than they did in the previous test, but still about pretty much the same, not much different. So there we have it, the 50-yard test without the moderator and with it.
Since we're talking about the moderator, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to discuss some dB numbers before moving on to anything else. So this is a 30 caliber. So with each caliber, the decibel reading is going to be different. It also is going to be different depending on your environment, what time of day, because at nighttime things are even louder. And there's just a lot of variables that depend. So this one does have a bark. It is a 30 caliber. It is a little loud without the moderator. And the first test result was 102.8 dBs and then 106.4 dBs. With the moderator, both times I got a consistent 98 dBs. So without the moderator, it does have a bit of a bark. It does help a lot. Now, let's get on to one of the most interesting parts. I know you guys all want to know about this. Energy, shot count. What are we getting? How many shots per fill? This is a 30 caliber. It's not a small bore, it's a 30 caliber. So, how many shots are we going to get per fill? And what type of energy is it producing from shot 1 to shot? I use the JSB Premiers. I know the JTSs are the favorite, but I have more of the Premiers than I do the JTS 30, so kind of went with quantity over quality, though they're about head to head as far as quality goes. So I used the Premiers for the full to empty test. I did a full to empty test with the moderator and without the moderator, so you guys will get to hear both results, and as well as how accurate it is from shot 1 to shot With the moderator, the first shot produced 893 feet per second, and halfway through at shot 10 was 897. The very last shot, shot 20, yes, was a bit lower, and I probably should have stopped at 17 or 18, but shot 20 was 862 feet per second. So I would say a max of probably about 2 mags per fill with the 30 caliber. You'll definitely get more than that with the smaller calibers, but this is 30 and it's great for hunting. And a lot of times 16 shots is plenty enough for whatever you're hunting, because most medium game that you're going to hunt with this, you're not going to find that many of them. Let's find out what happens without the moderator. Shot 1, 893 feet per second. That's the same as it was with the moderator. I know the paper only shows, the report shows 17 shots, but my chronograph did not pick up 3 of those shots. So I did go all the way to 20, just like I did the first time, just missing 3 shots. So halfway through at shot 10, I got 898, which is only 1 more than with the moderator. And then the 20th shot, I know it actually says 17th, I got 858. So again, probably be best to stop at 16, 17 shots, 2 mags, and then top it off. So depending on the ammo that you're using, the weight, and how you tune the MA3, right now it's getting about 80 foot-pounds of energy, so that's pretty good. You can do a lot with that, I have so enjoyed testing this air rifle. It has been a lot of fun and a great shooter. We have one more test to do as far as this video goes. There's a whole lot more to come after this, but for this video we have one more test to do, and you guys know it. Let's offhand it. To the left. Nice. To the left. I have a thing of shooting to the left, I guess. Here we go. Oh, that was so close. Got him. So close. Got him. An offhander is a little not light, kind of long, especially with a moderator on it. So not the most ideal offhander, but remember, you've got M-lock rails here so that you can attach whatever attachment you'd like to. You can find some bipods and tripods that have the direct M-lock attachments, or you've got pick rails that you can put on here and mount to any tripod or bipod, which will make it an excellent shooter for hunting and that kind of thing. Or you could lean up against a tree, but this is such a pretty stock, I don't know that you'd want to do that. So an offhander, it's possible. I showed you guys it's possible. And maybe for someone who has a little bit better, more upper body strength than I do, it'd be a lot easier. But for me, not the most optimal offhander. All right, guys, so that was a lot of fun. Absolutely enjoyed it. I've gotten a lot of comments about this PCP and how beautiful it is, and people are really interested in how it performs. I hope this video has met your expectations, maybe exceeded your expectations and given you more than you expected. If it hasn't, if there's more that you'd like to see me do with this, then please put that in the comments and I'll do my best. Let's go ahead and do a quick overview of this PCP, and let me tell you guys what I really think. So what I really think is this is a highly manipulable PCP that a lot of air gunners are absolutely going to love. I think it's a great platform for just about any air gunner. If you just like plinking, you can adjust the regulator setting down to as low as 600 PSI and max out your shot count, which is super sweet. Or you can adjust it higher for, yes, you're going to get a lower shot count, but you're going to get more power. And more power means more foot-pounds of energy, means more knockdown power to take out whatever it is that you're going to be taking out. This is available in 177, 22, 25, and 30. I know a lot of you might say, of course you should have had the 25 because that's supposed to be your favorite small bore caliber, and you're absolutely right, and maybe I'll get one of those too, but for now I wanted to try out the 30, and I've got the 30. The adjustability on this is absolutely fantastic, and a tuning video will be coming up. We're going to see what ammo we want to shoot and tune it to that. Maybe we'll pick the one that was the worst and see if we can tune this air gun to shoot it the best. How does that sound? Sound like a challenge? Sounds like a challenge to me. This is available in a long and a short version. Remember that. So again, it's a lot of customization. What kind of air rifle do you want? I had this one at the Pyramid Air Cup in a red laminate stock, which was absolutely beautiful, and they do plan on bringing out the laminate stocks probably next year. I'm not sure what colors they're going to do. They had a red one and a blue one there. I would love to see some green come in. That would be great. But for now we have this beechwood stock that is absolutely gorgeous and so comfortable. So whether or not you're looking for something that you can manipulate and tune it to shoot whatever ammo you want it to shoot, or something you just want to take out the box and get in the field with, the MA3 is absolutely perfect. It is not the best offhand gun. It's a little on the heavy side, but it does have the M-lock rails for you to, either you can attach a bipod and shoot prone, or you can get a tripod or shooting sticks or whatever and shoot it like that. But it is extremely accurate, as I showed you guys with the offhand session I did. And I absolutely nailed it, even some sideways silhouettes. So, or front ways, however direction, whatever direction that is. And nailed them offhand. So, yes, it is a great all-around PCP for all different types of applications. Now, my guess is that I'm going to need to adjust the regulator pressure to between 22 and 2400 PSI. And then maybe turn a hammer spring 1.5 turns. That's my guess. But it is all a science experiment, and you kind of have to just keep trying until you get the right concoction. So I look forward to checking it out, tuning it, and maybe making the worst shot ammo shoot the best. So Buttons and I both thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Macavity Arms, for sending this my way and allowing me to work with your products, your very awesome products. Guys, I'm Angie Perry with Macavity Arms. Y'all don't just have a good day. Have an awesome one. See ya. Buttons. She's going to give her opinion. What do you think about it, Buttons?